So if you're on the internet and if you happen to be a once, it may not come as a shock to you to find out that Twice are on hiatus. They're on a temporary hiatus after their very long This Is For tour that just ended in July, or the Encore tour ended in July, so now the tour is officially over. And then not too long after the tour ended, the next day, we got news that Twice would be on temporary hiatus. And I have a problem with that. Twice has been working for so long with hardly any breaks since their debut in 2015. Since their debut in 2015, and since their popularity increased in 2016, since 2016 to 2026, Twice have been working back to back. There's never been a year where Twice hasn't released music. There's never been a year when the group hasn't done something. They've always had activities. They've always had albums, sometimes two albums, sometimes one album, sometimes mini albums, plus Japanese releases as well. And now they're on temporary hiatus. And I have a problem with it because why are they only on hiatus to the end of the year? Just because they're on hiatus doesn't mean that they stop working. Twice as members will still have things to do. Sana will still have activities to do. I know now she's reprising the role as the MC for the Fridge interview. And I don't know if Jo Young is going to go back to being inspector. But these girls will not be dormant. They will be working. So I think it's so crazy to only keep their hiatus till the end of the year. I feel like they should have kept the hiatus until 2027, like May 2027, because these girls need rest. How is it that you've been 11 years into your career and you barely have any rest? You've barely rested. And then your hiatus is for what, 6 months? Technically, the hiatus is for 5 months. What is 5 months realistically going to do to them? And I know people are going to say, but the Twice members like to work, Twice members like being busy. Yes, you can enjoy being busy and the feeling of being busy, but your body will be tired. These girls work tirelessly, especially the tour they just had. Last year, they released This Is For. They already started preparing for concerts and whatnot. They were already having things prior to This Is For. Miss Samo had activities. The girls were busy. Like it's not as if they were just dormant. They were doing things. They still had performances they were doing. Last year, they had performances in Taiwan. Even without the This Is For tour, they had performances in Taiwan. They even had Lollapalooza. And then they had this tour that has been going on since July last year, and it just officially ended in July 2026. And in the midst of this tour, they're also performing on music shows. They also perform on this one. They also have other things they're doing. And to just give them 5 months of hiatus, I think it's a slap in the face. And I know fans will protest and go, oh my God, no, no, no. But these girls need rest, reiterating. Them being on hiatus doesn't pause their own activities. We're still going to see Sana in a Fashion Week show. We're still going to see Momo being invited to a Fashion Week show. We're still going to see Nayeon going on her own activities and being ambassadors and stuff. Like, these girls are still going to be busy regardless of being on hiatus. So they're not necessarily on pause. Yes, Twice as a group is on pause, but they aren't on pause. So why not just extend it? Why not just extend to 2027 and give the girls time to work on their craft? Give the girls time to build themselves in other facets of life except from Twice. And there already talks about some members leaving JYP, join and sign other entertainment labels to actually pursue their own creative pursuits. So in the midst of this, and when that happens and when we get official confirmation, they won't be dormant. They will be busy. And I think Cheong right now, Cheong has changed her Instagram profile, and someone created like a someone recreated or put their own imagery of the Little Fantasy album. So I think that shows you that she is already conceptualizing what she wants her next track to sound like. And even I think she had a photo shoot with Elle or Days, and in it you can see that she's already thinking about what to do for her next album. She's thinking about how to welcome people into her world for Little Fantasy too. I just have a problem with the fact that the hiatus isn't even longer. I think it's very selfish of JYP to only give them 5 months of rest. 5 months of rest is nothing compared to 11 years of back to back. Yeah, let them pull a Blackpink. Let them go and hit us for like 7 months. What would an extra 7 months cost JYP? Let these girls rest. Let them travel. Dahyun has barely even recovered from her ankle fracture. Young is now fully recovering from all of the things that happened to her hernia and whatever. Young literally just came back from hiatus. Give these girls proper rest so they can recoup. But that's it for the video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.